Hello, early birds. How are we doing today? It's a lovely day here, although it's cloudy and cold and a little bit windy. But hey, how is it where you are? What? Okay, this wasn't part of my plan today. But you know what? Good morning. I'm going to play the intro now. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Night. Stop the music. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live on this beautiful January 9th, 2020. Yes, we're 9 days into the new year, a new century, a new rejuvenation period in which we shed all our bad habits. We create do good habits. We get healthy. We get fit. We eat better. We are better people. And we watch PDawg in the morning. So, hey, thanks for coming. I see people are slowly rolling in. I'm glad you all are here. Today, I'm just going to go through a whole mishmash, a whole bunch of stuff. I'm probably going to try to hit on a bunch of different articles and mostly early. We'll dig into some headlines mostly and see how it goes. The main thing, though, I do want to do is remind you that we do have a hashtag, and a couple people took part in the hashtag over the couple days, so I'm going to make sure I touch on those stories today. And the title, you know what, I just realized the title of the stream, Disappointed, kind of has to do with, let me see if I can make this fit better. Does that work better? Let's try that. I don't know if I don't even know if the chat fits in this window box I made. I'm going to do some new graphics for Monday. And tomorrow just a reminder, tomorrow we're doing a little dog park action with, tomorrow the guest will be the Hard Bastard from Hard News Network, and we'll just go over some things. I may have a second guest, but I haven't been able to get him to respond to my damn email, but I know that he knows what's going on, so I won't announce it unless I get confirmation from him. But for sure, Hard Bastard will be here tomorrow. He's always fun to have around. He's got great insight and kind of a funny take on how things go in the world. And some of you already know who he is. So that'll be fun. Anyway, let's say good morning to who's here first. Della Hayes. Dell was here first. Good morning. You get the bell, sir. Yay! And Grillin' Pirate Pete, Green Thunder Demighty, Rolling Bear, Tyler F, Necrosol, Irish Rose, D.I. Freighter, hi dear, how you doing? Cynical Lindsay, and Chadwick Dupree. Good morning, everybody. That and whoever's lurking, you just lurk away. You're probably at work, you're probably driving or something. That's all good. I'm just glad you all are here. And Mad Max, you're back. How you doing, Max? Nice to see you again. Good. I'm glad you're all here. Oh, wow. People are rolling in. It's funny because for the longest time, and I think, I know what's happening. A lot of people, sometimes I set up the stream like immediately before I started rather than setting it up in advance. And some people don't get the notification till now. So now that you guys are rolling in and I have that little 3-minute, not 3 minute, it's not even a minute. It might be 30, 40-second delay between the time I say something and you reply to it in the chat. That's probably why I'm seeing people roll in now. Because I just see Straight Sith Males here, Pincalo's here, Midnight and Exiles here. Everyone's rolling in now. And, it's funny. Someone told me the other day that my metrics were getting better. And I hadn't really paid that close attention to it. And I realized, though, because it used to be, when I started doing this stream, I'm happy 10, 12 people are here. Okay. And I'm, as the subscribers go up, it seems like I also now get a lot more people are here regularly. So that's kind of cool. I'm excited about that. It's fun to grow. Hopefully we'll continue to do that. And you'll start seeing some new names in the chat that you have fun interacting with. And it'll just make the stream a lot more interesting. Anyway, so let's just jump into some news because I got a whole bunch of stuff. And so, like I said, I was going into the hashtag. Oh, by the way, also thank you, Rolling Bear and Necrosaw Collins, for retweeting the stream. I'm going to put that in. If you're on Twitter, there's the link to my Twitter notification I sent out. Hello, Ebony Williams. How you doing? Nice to have you around. It's good to see you around once in a while. So if you'd be so happy, if you'd be so kind to retweet it or you hit the share button and share it on your social media or wherever you do stuff, that would be fantastic. So, like I said, I said I was going to check the hashtag today. And so the first story today, thank you, Pincalo. This is from Pincalo, and it's basically about what we saw yesterday when the president made his he addressed the nation concerning the situation in Iran. And if you weren't here yesterday or have been living under a rock, or under Iraq, which well, no, I don't like the sound of that. Anyway, U.S. and Iran step back from the brink. Region still on the edge. And this is from Canadian press at Kitchener today. Hello, John Connor. How are you doing? The U.S. and Iran stepped back from the brink of possible war on Wednesday as President Donald Trump signaled he would not retaliate militarily for Iran's missile strikes on Iraqi bases housing U.S. troops. The U.S. and Iran that's the same. Okay, I hate it when they do. Okay, that they accidentally put the lead in twice. Or they didn't finish the sentence. So that's one of those internet editing things that I notice all the time. And I don't know I'm not 100% sure what Kitchener today is, but that's an editing issue. Anyway, no one was harmed in the strikes, but U.S. forces in the region remained on high alert. Speaking from the White House, Trump seemed intent on de-escalating the crisis, which spiraled after he authorized the targeted killing last week of Iran's top general, Qasem Soleimani. Iran responded overnight with its most direct assault on America since the 1979 seizure of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, firing more than a dozen missiles at 2 installations in Iraq. The Pentagon said Wednesday that it believed Iran fired with the intent to kill. Maybe. Maybe they were just trying to save face. I think Trump gave them out. I said this yesterday, right after he spoke. Okay, here you go. Cochran Today is a news aggregate of 570 AM News, which is the radio broadcasting news they put out. Oh, and they put out a print source. Okay. All right. Thank you, Pincalo. And thanks for sending this too. Even so, Trump's takeaway was that Iran appears to be standing down, which is good things for all parties concerned, and a very good thing for the world. Despite such conciliatory talk, the region remained on edge, and American troops, including a quick reaction force dispatched over the weekend, were on high alert. Last week, Iranian-backed militia besieged the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, and Tehran's proxies in the region remain able to carry out attacks, such as the one on December 27th that killed a U.S. contractor and set off the most recent round of hostilities. Now, a lot of people I've been seeing on Twitter, the people, mostly the people who are most adamant about their disgust or disdain for President Trump, continue to say that, we assassinated Soleimani, and I guess in a sense we did. But it's interesting because we have had recent attacks by Iranian-backed forces, and it just makes me wonder. The attack on the embassy, which is, as according to international law, what? Oh, okay. Attacking a nation's embassy is basically the same thing as attacking their sovereign state. Okay, so if the French embassy, I was explaining this to Lady Boomer yesterday because we talk about. She always asks me, "What'd you talk about on the show yesterday?" And we got into this whole embassy thing, and I was saying, if someone, let's say somebody attacked the French embassy in Washington D.C. According to international law, that is an attack on French sovereign lands. Embassies are considered sovereign land of the country that own or run them, or whatever you want to say. So yes, it is an attack on American soil, but the attack is like an attack on sovereign land. So if you attack the embassy in Iraq with Iranian-backed militias, or in some cases, maybe even Iranians in those militias, that is an attack on American sovereign land. So the idea that this missile strike that killed Soleimani isn't a response to an attack on American sovereign land, that is an act of, it is an act of war. Okay, now I have no interest in going to war over this bullshit. Okay, the American response on the attack of the embassy quelled that attack, and in fact repelled that attack. But even on this attack on the 27th that killed a U.S. contractor, that was Tehran's proxies killing Americans. So, yes, this Soleimani is apparently the number was. Now he's, I was going to say something so rude. Now that he's just a stain. Even though he's the number 2 guy in Iran, he's in Iraq wreaking havoc when there's Iranian-backed forces attacking Americans. So, so he got a taste of a precision-guided missile, and our precision-guided missiles work. Okay? Now, the fact that Trump decided, after these attacks from Iran, the missile attacks, didn't kill anybody, he absolutely gave Iran an opportunity to save face. That's what I said yesterday after he talked. I found it very interesting. He gave them the opportunity. Okay, you had your tantrum. You got to save face. Now, how about we all just settle the fuck down now? And now, granted, apparently there were a couple more missiles that hit the green zone, or small rockets that impacted in the green zone after that. Haven't heard anything else about that. You don't know if that's, whether that originated from Iran or if it's whatever kind of forces. But I think the idea that Trump sounded as though he wanted to maybe make this a diplomatic win and make it turn it into at least some sort of talk. You know what? Good. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about is getting the fuck out. Get out. Go get out of the region. Not even necessarily the region. But you know what? I don't think, do we need to be in Iraq and Afghanistan right now? Do we need to still be there? It's been, how long has it been? Almost 20 years. We've been there, not quite, but do we need to be there? What are we accomplishing there now? I mean, are the Iraqis ready to take care of themselves? I don't know. Right now we only got about 5,000 people in Iraq, mostly training and, I don't know. Do we need them there? Can we put them somewhere else? And the bases, we have bases all over the region. Can we go just put them in other bases now and just move them? Let's get out of there. Let's just do it. Let's just get out. Anyway. All right, let's see here. A couple more people showed up. Good morning, Maddie. Maddie's working today. Also, okay, I already warned it this morning. Someone decided to insult our soldiers. I went off. Oh yeah, I know. The people, Twitter is an interesting place because people just shout. It's great. They say whatever they want. I think the new feature. If I get a chance, I may talk about the new features that are coming to Twitter. Oh my God, how stupid! Twitter. I think Jack's trying to kill Twitter. Anyway, good morning, Maddie. Good morning, Duck Dog. Wandering Lisa. Let's see who else is new. Mr. Scott, Zombie Teddy, BG. One of the great. Wait, now let me ask you. So is BG singular for BGs? So are you one of the Gibbs brothers? Like just one BG as opposed to the BGs? I know that's not funny, and you gotta have some. You have to have some 70s sensibilities to even appreciate that joke. But anyway, good morning also to W.R. Costin, Maniac Man, and Becca Farley. In fact, Becca Farley, I'm going to be doing one of your stories you sent on the hashtag. I got to check the other hashtag too, though. I forgot to do that. And also, I just want to thank Mikalo for the story from the other day. The the human Ken doll who's now decided she's decided that human person that I just talked about is now trans, so he is now a she, and he's channeling Barbie. If you saw that yesterday, oh God, what a scary looking human being. Anyway, all right, let's move on a little bit here because I got a whole bunch. I got a bunch. Now, interesting development yesterday as the president made his little announcement, and the pundits all were, Jen, I didn't say hi to Jen. Good morning, Jen. I didn't mean to skip you. I apologize, Jen T. And thank you, Becca, also for retweeting the show. It's ma'am. Yeah, I'm saying it's ma'am. It's okay, whatever. I don't know. And Green Badger Outdoors. Okay. So after Mr. President, President Trump made his announcement yesterday, there was just this weird thing going on in the media and in, Democrats, speaking out, and they weren't happy. And in some cases, and that's the title of the stream today, in some cases, they seemed almost disappointed that this wasn't going to turn into a war, because I think, or at least that, I don't want to say that they were hoping that Americans died, or they were hoping that something went bad, but they wanted to tear Trump a new asshole. And he kind of took it away from it, except some of the things he said during his announcement yesterday got him pissed off. So one of the ones, we'll go to the PJ Media story here. The morning brief. Democrats seem disappointed that Trump won't bomb Tehran. It's just weird. So after President Trump made it clear Wednesday morning that Iran's actions on Tuesday night weren't going to be the beginning of another interminable desert war, this is, what's his name? Stephen Cruiser was quite relieved, as I'm sure most of us were. Yes, I was relieved. I'm like, yeah, good. He's taken some cues that they just kind of needed to save face. They didn't kill anybody, even though they, sent some missiles over. Our defense systems worked, whatnot. He continues, while I'm not naive enough to think that Democrats would heap praise on a president they so despise, I did think they might express some relief as well. Or maybe at least acknowledge that he'd just taken everything in the escalation department down several notches. Now, it's not so secret that the Democrats and their media mouthpieces were convinced that President Trump was going to nuke Iran sometime before the Super Bowl. Matt Vespa has a good rundown on the media's chatter about that in Town Hall. However, he continues, I would even go so far as to say that they were hoping that we would end up in a war, because that might help them in the election. These are the same people, after all, who spent last year rooting for Americans to be hit with a recession. Yeah, remember that? If you're wondering whether I'm implying that Democrats wouldn't care if American troops were in harm's way, if it would help them defeat Trump in November, I am not. He's saying it outright. Rather than just admit that Trump handled the situation well with his remarks on Wednesday, the Democrats just plowed ahead as if the president had declared war. Now, this is from here. NBC Politics tweeted out, Speaker Pelosi says the House will vote on a war powers resolution regarding Iran on Thursday. It seems a little unnecessary, but they were doing that to try to limit Trump's war powers, for the war that he's not declaring. So maybe they thought, so it could have been Pelosi and some pointless grandstanding, but then there were these remarks from Tammy Duckworth. At this precipice, we need to be doing everything we can to break the cycle of escalation. We need less chest thumping and more diplomacy. This was after the president said we're not going to respond. It's almost as if they're disappointed in trying to keep all the talk of imminent war going, even absent an imminent war, or any war at all. The Democrats are more interested in being able to have a "we told you so" moment regarding Trump rather than peace. And, that's kind of a familiar saying. As the now familiar saying goes, this is how you get Trump again. And there's a little editorial cartoon there. No, I want him again. Oh, remember this guy? Remember him? Nope, we're back to this guy. Also, it's also interesting. Oh, oh yeah, the lefties are defending Geraldo Rivera. The other one too, remember yesterday when we were going through the hashtags and one of them said hashtag I voted for Hillary Clinton. Oh, you mean Hillary Clinton, who you think that would be a lot better as far as not getting us into a war. The Hillary Clinton that thought maybe we should be having no-fly zones over Syria when the Russians are one of their biggest proxies. I almost think she wanted a war with Russia. But anyway, and not so fast. Hillary Clinton once warned she would totally obliterate Iran. Whatever stage of development they might be in their nuclear weapons program in the next 10 years, during which they may foolishly consider launching an attack on Israel, we would be able to totally obliterate them. Remember that quote? When President Trump decides to counterattack on American embassy, to counter an attack on an American embassy, leftists are up in arms. But look above to what their failed 2016 presidential candidate once said: national security and security of our allies is not about politics. This is from Breitbart. Failed presidential candidate Hillary Clinton warned in 2008 that she was prepared to obliterate Iran if it produced a nuclear weapon, and promised to retaliate if the country launched a nuclear attack on Israel. Clips of the Clintons' rhetoric resurfaced after social media users protested President Trump's decision to kill Iranian Quds Force commander Qasem Soleimani, which resulted in retaliatory airstrikes from Iran Tuesday night. But Clinton may have forgotten her own hawkish rhetoric in the 2008 primary. Ahead of the Pennsylvania Democratic primary that April, Hillary Clinton was asked by Good Morning America what she would do if Israel was attacked by Iran. Quote, well, here, let's just play it.
Well, the question was, if Iran were to launch a nuclear attack on Israel, what would our response be? And I want the Iranians to know that if I'm the president, we will attack Iran. Whatever stage of development they might be in their nuclear weapons program in the next 10 years, during which they might foolishly consider launching an attack on Israel, we would be able to totally obliterate them. That's a terrible thing to say, but those people who run Iran need to understand that, because that perhaps will deter them from doing something that would be reckless, foolish, and tragic.
Well, there you have it. We would obliterate them. So, wow, amazing. The other quote, the other clip that was going around yesterday was her talking about we showed it yesterday, Muammar Gaddafi, after they killed him, and she's having an interview with Leslie Stahl, just laughing away. We came, he died. Yeah. I voted for The Rock as in the Meteor. Now, like I said, my thoughts on that are changing. By the way, let's do a quick commercial for the Morning Night Live, because the Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. If you'd be so kind, below the stream here, or somewhere if you're on a phone, it's probably somewhere up there, up there, that way. It's probably up there somewhere. There's that little share arrow, and that's the one that we really like here at the Morning Live. Share this stream out. You can do it on social media. You can do it on, what are the choices? I always forget the choices. The choices they give you are Facebook, Twitter, Blogger, Pinterest, Tumblr, Reddit, LinkedIn. You can even send it by email or post it on, well, I don't know if you're going to post it on your website, but anyway, the link to you click that arrow, do a couple more clicks, send, and it's all taken care of. And that helps the show a lot. Also, if you like what we do here, make sure you hit the like button. I will remind you at the end of the show, just in case you're not sure, just in case you have trepidation, just in case, you're just like, well, I'll decide later if I like it. And then at the end, you go, oh, yeah, I kind of like that. But then you leave and you forget to hit the like button. Hit the like button on the way out. Except for PDawg, who has exclusive permission to hit the thumbs down button. And that's just between me and PDawg. That's just our thing, man. Also, let's see here. And then also, if you want to do super chats, I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. We're getting there. We're working our way. We're growing. In fact, last month, let's see. I was looking at YouTube sends you this little metric thing, and I think we had 27 new subscribers last month, so that's cool. Some of you are new here, but anyway, what was I saying? Oh, super chats. You can do that through the Streamlabs link in the description down below, because I don't have enough subscribers to have YouTube super chats. But if you want to donate to the show, help the cause, help me pay for some of the equipment that I'm buying, and I'm going to upgrade some stuff. That would be a great help. Throw a couple bucks in the tip jar every once in a while. I really appreciate that. That's a great incentive for me to just keep doing what I do, even though I love what I do here. And then also, one thing about using Streamlabs, you're not giving 30% to YouTube, and you can type in a lot more words, and I'll read them on the show. If you want to be a permanent part of the show, and you want to ensure that, throw some in the tip jar. Before you do, though, look at some of the dollar amounts you can use to get special notifications when you do. In fact, if you have a particular dollar amount or a particular meme or something that you really like, let me know either through DMs or email, PDawg@gmail.com, and I can always add them. I added a couple special ones for DuckDog, and he's already used them. That's awesome. I love it. It just makes things fun around here. All right, now I did one of those things where this thing's not moving again. Let's see if anyone else is showing up. So I think I've seen everybody that's here. All right, let's move on. So I got a story here that Becca Farley sent to me. And it's completely, let's see. It's just kind of completely different than anything we've been talking about for the last week. But I saw this story and I had a good chuckle, and I just had to put this one up here. So apparently there's a judge in the great state of Kentucky who has been suspended over some alleged misconduct. And, I think part of a portion of this alleged misconduct that this judge has been suspended for was having a threesome in the courthouse. A Kentucky family court judge has been suspended from the bench amid allegations of several counts of misconduct, including participating in a threesome in the courthouse and hiring a man with whom she had a sexual relationship, according to NBC News. Oh, well, maybe she should run for Congress. Judge Dawn Gentry of Kentucky's Northern 16th Judicial District was charged in November 2019 by the State Judicial Conduct Committee and put on temporary paid suspension this week, according to the outlet. Allegations include coercing court staffers to work on her electoral campaign and retaliating against workers who did not, as well as hiring a romantic partner, according to the conduct committee. She has denied all charges. Gentry, elected in November 2018, also allegedly allowed her lover to sing and play guitar in the office. Oh, shame. Creating a disruption. A lawyer for Gentry has said the man did not realize his behavior was disruptive. The court documents also claim the two joined a third court employee in sexual acts within the courthouse and alleges she brought her children to work and let them sit in on confidential proceedings. Well, I don't know which is worse. Having a threesome in the courthouse or having your kids sit in on some confidential proceedings. I can't decide which one's. Like I said, maybe she should run for Congress from California. The committee also alleges she approved fabricated timesheets and allowed staff to drink in court offices and the courthouse. Okay, so She's got an attorney who said he expects a temporary suspension to last no more than 2 months, and that witnesses during the court proceedings had attested to her professionalism. Well, professionalism and what? Anyway, thank you, Becky Farley, for sending that one out. If you want to send stories to me, usually have the funny variety. I know that I know I might be flooded with Florida man stories, but that's okay. I like it. The hashtag is PDK News on Twitter. You can just that's the hashtag. I will also. A couple people are still using the PDawg news hashtag, and I will check that right now because I did not do that. But it's PDK News. PDawg, Boomer Fingers News. Let's see if there's anything there. Okay, so that was Becca sent me the story from yesterday when the president was going to address the nation. Sent me that also. So thanks for that too, Becca. I also have one here from Chicago Mike. I don't know if Chicago Mike's here. I think is Chicago Mike here yet? He's not, or he might be lurking in the background. Anyway, I will do this one from Chicago Mike too, because this is a not a Florida man story, but it's a Florida woman story. Oh, intrigued. From the New York Post, we have a Florida woman story. Florida woman arrested for threatening to get McDonald's sauce. I almost forgot it's also FTG Thursday. Well, I don't know who the FTG is for, but maybe it'll be for this Florida woman. Florida woman arrested for threatening to get McDonald's sauce by any means necessary. Okay, maybe not that kind of means, but anyway, a Florida woman was arrested for threatening to rob a McDonald's because they did not serve dipping sauce along with her food, a report said on Monday. McGuire Marie McLaughlin, 19, she looks about 19, who knows, was denied the condiment at a McDonald's in Vero Beach, Florida last week and pledged to obtain the dipping sauce by whatever means necessary, according to a police report obtained by the Smoking Gun. The fracas allegedly took place about 4 a.m. Oh, nothing ever good happens after midnight. You know you should not be in a McDonald's after midnight. And it was 4 a.m. New Year's Day, so you know what was going on here. You know what's happening. When police arrived to witness McLaughlin yelling profanities at the drive-thru because she claimed she did not receive all of her food. The employee advised McLaughlin that dipping sauce cost 25 cents. Read the police report from the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. McLaughlin further stated that she would be getting the sauce by whatever means necessary. Okay, that's not what they're talking about. She means I think they mean violence. And I'm over here making, 70 porns music. Oh, wait, what? 19, she looks like she could be 35. She could be in that range. Now, and that lineup photos, they don't give you, they're hard. It's hard to tell. I don't know. She could be anywhere from 19 to, 19 to 40. I don't know. Anyway, but by whatever means necessary, did she mean she was going to beat their ass if they didn't get her some damn sauce? The McDonald's employee said they feared for their safety. Well, wait a minute. She's in the drive-thru. What's she going to do? Climb through the window? How do you fear for your safety? Unless you're worried that she's going to drive away and then drive her car through the door or something. Anyway, McLaughlin was taken into custody for disorderly conduct. She needed to be placed into mechanical restraints. Oh, not those kind of restraints. I'm sorry. I have, my mind is really going in weird places today. She needed to be placed in mechanical restraints by the arresting officers because she kept locking her legs, refusing to walk forward. Well, if she's locking her legs, I need to just turn that music off right now. Cops also said they smelled alcohol in her breath. Shocker! Shocker! They smelled alcohol on her breath? For reals? Okay. She was released later that day after posting bond. Okay, so there you go. There's our Florida. You know what? Can we get an F? Wait, hold up. What did I just do there? I messed that up. Can we get an FTG for McGuire Marie McLaughlin, 19, from wherever this is in Florida, Indian River County, Florida? Yeah. People have been known to climb through the windows to beat some ass. I know. I've seen viral videos of people getting really hot with the McDonald's employees. And yes, climbing through the drive-through windows is always kind of a funny viral video to do with that. All right, moving on. Thank you again, Becca, for that story. Thank you for Piccolo for the other two stories. FTG for Maria, whatever her name it is. Here's another one. This is good news for the administration. How they like to, everyone wants to F with the administration. But anyway, a federal appeals court has lifted a block on $3.6 billion in funding for Trump's border wall. The federal appeals court based in New Orleans has lifted the block placed by a lower court on military aid through President Trump's administration's want. I read that completely wrong. A federal appeals court based in New Orleans has lifted a block placed by a lower court on military aid President Trump's administration wants to use to build a wall along the southern border. The Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled Wednesday to reverse an injunction from U.S. District Court Judge David Briones, which blocked $3.6 billion in military construction funds for the border wall plan. Briones' move came after the city of El Paso, Texas, and the Border Network for Human Rights organizations sued the Trump administration to stop him from using the funds to enhance wall and fencing in the southwestern portion of the state. However, the appeals court, which fell along ideological lines, lifted the block and featured just one dissenting opinion. Although I agree with my colleagues that this matter presents a substantial case on the merits and involves a serious legal question, I am unable to agree with the focused panel deliberation and discussion, possibly aided by a dialogue with the council, that the government presently has shown either a likelihood of success on the merits or irreparable harm in the absence of a stay, Judge Stephen Higginson said in his dissent. And then Trump celebrated the news in an early morning tweet Wednesday, writing, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals just reversed a lower court decision and gave us the go-ahead to build one of the largest sections of the desperately needed southern border wall, $4 billion. 3.6. He rounded up a little bit there, but that's okay. Now, here's what's going to happen. Hello, Peter Allman. Someone's going to see that and say, this is one of Trump's 15,000 lies since he came into office. It's not $4 billion. It's $3.6 billion. That's a lie. Add it up. Put it on the Washington Post running list, please. Whatever. You round it up. Whatever. So anyway, and now here's the thing. This is significant because one of the things that Trump has been extremely successful at, as you well know, is getting judges approved. And some of these circuit courts, which used to be majority Democrat appointed judges, are becoming majority Republican appointed judges. Now, that shouldn't, in the real world, that shouldn't matter at all. You know what I mean? You know what? You should be able to appoint judges. The judges are going to just, let's see. Here's the law, and this is how the law reads, and this is what we're going to do, right? But, of course, we do have judges out there that what do? They kind of interpret. They say, well, we want to have interpretation because we believe the Constitution is a living and breathing document. So we think that it should bend and mold and flow, right? Whatever. Let's just stick with the law. And if the law is written wrong, judge on it the way it is, and let the legislature, whose job it is to change laws, to fix it, right? So that's how it goes. Now, give me 1 second. I need a 1 moment of reprieve. I will be right back. Give me about 30 seconds here. All right, and we're back. I'm sorry, I did not want to blow my nose on stream. And when you live in the northern half of the United States where it gets cold and every once in a while you get, for lack of a better term, snot and boogers, got to do what you got to do. And I didn't want to do it on the show. So there we go. By the way, good morning to Data Wasteland, Yo Dog, hi chat friends, he says, and Richo, what's up, my brother from down under? I am glad you all are here. Yes, I am. Remember, like button, share button, super chat in the Streamlabs link, or you can find the Streamlabs link in the chat every once in a while. Also, be sure to, if you're on Twitter, make sure that you add me to your list of people you follow on Twitter. I do use that as a notification for videos, just in case. YouTube's can be slow. Twitter's a little faster. And so that's what we do. And thank you again for everyone who retweets and sends stories and does super chats and comes every day and participates in the chat. And even those of you who have to lurk because you're at work. I saw somebody said something about listening to the radio at work. Listening to the radio at work. That'd be Lucky Dog Studio Radio 1. Okay. Is it a dry cold where you are too, PDawg? Well, yeah, it kind of is. Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin. It's a dry cold in the winter, even though we got snow on the ground. Patrice Ripley, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. All right, moving on. So we did that. Hey, you know what else? I saw this story and it kind of piggybacks a little bit on the fire story in Australia we talked about the other day, where how everything that happens on this earth that is either weather related or disaster related somehow becomes more proof of climate change. And let me disclaimer for anyone who sees this and goes, he's a climate denier. No, I'm not. Yes, the climate is changing. I have no doubt that it is. But Seamus Derby, how you doing? But all I'm saying is we've had dire warnings about the climate, or we've had dire warnings about natural events for as long as I can remember. And so I always like to just happen to notice things that happen that, I remember way back when there were these predictions, right? Because they predict a lot of things and they don't always necessarily come true, right? Well, here's an interesting one because I saw this story yesterday. Remember those national park sites? If you're familiar with if you're from the States, we have some beautiful, just outstanding national parks in the United States, and many countries have great national parks. And one of those national parks is Glacier National Park in Montana. Beautiful place, beautiful mountains, and there's still actual glaciers there, right? Well, during the Obama administration, there some people, they put up some signs at Glacier National Park. Glacier National Park in Montana put up signs back during the Obama administration warning visitors to take their selfies quickly because the glaciers would be gone by the year 2020. These signs were up at the park. Unfortunately for the prognosticators behind that project, while some of the glaciers have definitely shrunk a bit, they stubbornly remain in the mountains to this day. That's a bit of an embarrassment. So clearly, the signs needed to come down or at least be altered. Unfortunately, they can't manage to get the job done, so the humorous signage is still in place for visitors to chuckle at. And this is from a Washington. Let's see. Is this from a Washington Post? No, this is a Free Beacon article. The Glacier National Park is set to replace signs predicting glaciers would disappear by 2020 due to climate change. The glaciers remain. The signs were posted in the Montana park a decade ago. At that time, climate change forecasts predicted the glaciers would be completely melted by 2020. The U.S. Geological Survey told the park in 2017 that the glaciers were not melting as fast as predicted due to changes in the forecast model, but park spokesman Gina Kurtzman said the park was unable to change the signs until now due to budget constraints. I'm so confused. So the signs couldn't be, she said they couldn't be, the park was unable to change the signs until now due to budget constraints. Kurtzman told CNN the park changed one sign last year. One sign, but is still waiting on budget authorization to update 2 other signs. The new signs will still warn visitors that the glaciers are disappearing, but won't offer an expected deadline this time. 3 signs? 3 signs. Since 2017, they've been unable to change 3 signs. Well, that's your government in action. The news raises 2 immediate questions. How did they get the prediction so wrong? And what's the holdup with replacing the sign? The first question, they're blaming the U.S. Geological Survey. Apparently, there have been changes in the forecast model. Well, the forecast model, don't you get out what you put in to a forecast model? And isn't that kind of the thing that, it's not that we don't have climate change, but they keep using these models to show us the most extreme dire predictions. And I just, John, to answer your question, it was the 70s that they predicted that, the new ice age. But that was like 2 reports. One was in, I think, Time magazine, one was in Newsweek. But yeah, the climate model predictions, it depends what you put in. When you're creating a climate model, are they always based on the actual data from the past? And what do you anyway, I'm just saying, this sounds like another way of saying we don't understand everything that affects the planet's complex climate system, so predictions are difficult to make. Oh, yes. In fact, I'm old enough to remember when we were being warned about the advent of another ice age. That's right here in the article, John Connor. So there you go. Great minds. Hello, Advocatus Diaboli. Well, it is the government, so those signs probably cost about $100,000. I'm telling you. Okay, so even if you can't change the signs, how much does it cost to take them down? How big are these damn signs? I mean, are we talking a billboard? Or are we talking, just a sign on a pole with a couple nuts and bolts holding it together? What are these? I mean, that's 3 signs. As for the signs, Glacier National Park is crying poverty. Seriously? We're talking about 3 signs, and one of them has already been replaced. Last year, the MPS had a budget of more than $3 billion with a B, $3 billion in combined mandatory and discretionary spending. That's the National Park Service's. Okay, hang on. Need a sip of my reparations coffee. The National Park Service had a budget of more than $3 billion. Billion with a B. In combined mandatory and discretionary spending, the specific budget for Glacier National Park is nearly $14 million. You'd think they could manage to swap out 2, not 3, but 2 signs. The new signs are going to be intentionally vaguer so they won't have to go through this again in 10 years from now when the glaciers are still there. They read, when they completely... here's what the new sign reads. When they will completely disappear depends on how and when we act. One thing is consistent. The glaciers in the park are shrinking. I have a better sign. I do. And okay, for about 10 years I've been thinking of making this t-shirt as a t-shirt too. But I have the perfect sign to complete the thought that they have here. Because here again, I'm going to read their sign, then I'm going to add my tagline that's going to go along with this sign. Okay, here it goes. When they completely, I'm sorry, I messed that up again. I messed it up. Hang on. When they will completely disappear depends on how and when we act. One thing, you know what? I want to take that line out of there. I don't like that line. Let me just change this. I'm going to change it. Okay, here's the original. When they completely disappear depends on how and when we act. One thing is consistent. The glaciers in the park are shrinking. Now, let me change this to be a little bit more accurate. Because how and when we act, apparently, if you actually listen to these scientists who say that we're going to, irreversible something, we're all going to die in 12 years, those scientists, they've already said that there's really nothing we can do to change the path now, that all this stuff's still going to happen, but maybe it won't be worse if we, how and when we act, right? Let me give you a much more accurate way to put this. When they will completely disappear, we have no fucking idea. One thing is consistent. The glaciers in the park are shrinking. Global warming. Ever since the Ice Age. You think that might be that, and I think that's my new t-shirt. Global warming. Ever since the Ice Age. Yeah. Okay. You like that? Anybody? What do you think of that? Would that make a good shirt? Would you buy that shirt if I had global warming ever since the Ice Age? I thought of that 10 years ago, and I thought that would make a funny t-shirt, and I didn't do it. And now I'm almost disappointed that I'm giving out my idea. I should have just made the shirt. I should have just made the damn shirt. All right. Moving on. Let's see. National parks. We already did that one. Apparently, back a little bit more on Iran. Apparently, some fact checkers have been checking out something that Joe Biden's been saying. And Joe Biden, well, we never know what's going to come out of his mouth, bless his heart. But apparently, fact checkers have been nuking Joe Biden on foreign policy as Iran takes center stage. This is a Breitbart article, heavily slanted towards Republicans and against Democrats. But I'm going to give you that disclosure because that's how we work here. We tell you if you didn't know Breitbart was more right wing anyway, you don't know Breitbart. Anyway, Fact checkers from a number of different establishment media operations crushed former Vice President Joe Biden this week as the issue of Iranian aggression continues to captivate the nation just weeks from the Iowa caucuses. The shift to foreign policy in the national political debate has not been kind to Biden, who has been hammered by everyone from PolitiFact to the Washington Post and even CNN. This is CNN. This week, 3 brutal fact checks came crushing down on Biden, whom Breitbart News and President Donald Trump's campaign earlier this week exposed as regularly lying about foreign policy on a number of different fronts. First off, PolitiFact nailed the former vice president for embellishing claims about his role in former President Barack Obama's decision to order the raid that killed al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden in 2011. In an exchange with Fox News' Peter Doocy last week, Biden lied and claimed that he was supportive of Obama's decision to send in the special forces team that killed bin Laden. Do they have clips of this? They don't have clips. All right, well, so Doocy asks, as Commander-in-Chief, if you were ever handed a piece of intelligence that said you can stop an imminent attack on Americans, but you have to use an airstrike to take out a terror leader, would you pull the trigger? Biden says, well, we did. Guy's name was Osama bin Laden. Doocy. Didn't you tell President Obama not to go after bin Laden? Joe Biden. No, I didn't. What? That was untrue, as Breitbart and many other outlets have noted. Biden did oppose the raid, as Obama himself, then White House Press Secretary Jay Carney, and several Obama cabinet officials confirmed at the time. PolitiFact's Amy Sherman nailed Biden for this, writing in part, quote, in January 2012, at a Democratic congressional retreat, Biden recounted how Obama asked senior officials whether they should go ahead with the raid. Everyone in the room hedged their bet except CIA Director Leon Panetta, who said go. Mr. President, my suggestion is don't go, Biden recounted. We have to do 2 more things to see if he's there. He did not explain what the 2 additional things were at the time. Maybe he needed to see if how his hair leg was standing on his leg. I don't know. When a reporter asked White House spokesperson Jay Carney in 2012 about Biden's comments stating he was against the raid, Carney said, I know that he is speaking accurately. In May 2012 on NBC's Meet the Press, Biden said he told Obama, follow your instincts. I wanted him to take one more day to do one more test to see if he was there. Biden said Obama's statement during a debate in 2012 supported the idea that Biden was critical about the raid proposal. Obama said that even some in my own party, including my current vice president, critiqued the proposed raid. Okay, what else do we got here? Fact-checking Biden for the same false claim on Wednesday, Washington Post fact-checker Glenn Kessler noted that the former vice president is, to put it mildly, not the most disciplined speaker. Yes, it's because, Biden it's because Biden's not the most disciplined speaker that he told something that was completely the opposite of what happened. Yes, that's discipline in speaking. Oops, I accidentally put my, never mind. That was, I was going to say something really crude. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. I accidentally put my thing in the wrong hole. I'm just sorry. Anyway, Kessler wrote, he sometimes gets himself into trouble with flat declarations and evolving versions of the same story. His advice in 2011 to President Barack Obama on whether to risk an attack on the possible location of Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden is a case in point. Yeah. And he also has no idea what his son was doing with that Ukraine energy company. So, he just doesn't know. He doesn't remember. And what did Kessler say? He he's not the most disciplined speaker. Okay, and then, okay, so you get the idea. Breitbart caught him in a lie, and so did several other fact checkers. Let's see here. It's, you know what? Should I do this last one? No, I'm gonna do this last one in a minute. Somebody sent me this one though. Is this one that someone sent me? Let's see. Oh, Pelosi is holding a press conference. Press asking about the. Yeah, remember the articles of impeachment? Do you remember? Did that? Wasn't that something they did? I could have sworn that they impeached the president, but there's for some reason it hadn't made it to the. I don't know. It hadn't made it to the Senate, and we can't figure out why. And some of the Democrat senators are getting a little restless. They're like, what the hell is she doing? She need to send that shit over here. And she ain't doing it. And I don't know why. She needs to get her shit together. But apparently she's having a press conference. Cheers for the sun, but I don't make content. Yeah, so we'll have to check that one out tomorrow. Because, people are a little annoyed with Nancy. Her own party is annoyed with her. Okay, so I you know what? I just went over to the hashtag. I was here. We'll do one more story before I go into Twitter trends, and this one's from Grillin' Pirate Pete. Thank you, Pirate Pete. Just one of those. Oh, this is interesting. Let me see if this takes the whole screen. Let me make sure I get that on there so you can see it. Coos County. This is Myrtle Point, Oregon. Now this this almost resembles a Florida man story, but this is a Oregon woman story. Coos County woman punched boyfriend for leaving her dog outside in the rain, deputies say. Woo, man. I'd hate to see what happened if she were in MacArthur Park. If you get that joke, tell me why you get it in the chat. Someone left her dog out in the rain. I don't think that I could take it. You're not going to bake a dog. Anyway, a Myrtle Point woman punched her boyfriend in the face because he left her dog outside in the rain. According to Coos County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded shortly after 6 p.m. on Tuesday after someone reported an assault on Miller Road in the town of Myrtle Point. When they arrived at the scene, a man named James told deputies that his girlfriend, 38-year-old Melissa Sue Morris, had punched him in the face. Deputies observed a marble-sized welt and a scratch mark on James' right eyebrow, the sheriff's office said. James stated he was talking to Melissa when she punched him in the face two times. When deputies interviewed Morris, she admitted that she had punched James because someone left her dog out in the rain. Cryptic would bake a dog. Oh, damn, Del. Damn. All right, so I think that might have been yeah. All right, you. So if y'all know who Cryptic is, Cryptic is Asian, and Dell was making a disparaging remark about. Well, not a disparaging because some Asians do eat dogs. Anyway, I don't think that I could take it because it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no! Anyway. Morris was arrested on assault for domestic charge and taken to Coos County Jail for booking. And not at booking.com. I'm just saying. All right, let's get into Twitter trends and get the hell out of Dodge, because that's what we do here. We find out what's happening in the world right now so that we know later who might be talking about it or making videos. Or what are people going to be talking about? What are people going to be making videos about? You know how it goes. Remember, you support the channel, send a super chat at the Streamlabs link in the description that just popped into the chat. That would be awesome. Yeah, Cryptic would have beat you to it. Yeah, no, Cryptic would have said it himself. So, you know, that's how it goes. I know Cryptic would have had fun with that joke. Anyway, moving on. Let's get into Twitter trends. What is trending in Twitter today? Now, right now, number one on Twitter. And gosh, is it just the damn time of day that I go on Twitter? Is that what it is? That I always have to I run into this damn K-pop crap all the time? I still have to do, I just want to test the waters. I want to test the waters on Twitter just to see how many people come at me. And I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do it, because I want to put a disclaimer, like this is only a test, and either put F K-pop or K-pop is crap. And then this has been a test. Let's do it. I'm going to do it. I've been saying this for a few days. Here we go. We're going to do it on Twitter. You're going to watch me do it right now. Okay, here we go. This is a test. Okay, do they put a dash in K-pop? I'm gonna put a dash in it. K-pop is crap. This is only a test. What do you think? You think do I dare tweet this? Or okay, I just want to test it. Here we go. There we go. There, it's done. We'll report tomorrow how this works. Anyway, trending number one on Twitter right now is hashtag shadow is coming. All right, so here's Yoonji's lyrics really got Army trending. The lyrics, shadow is coming. The lyrics. Yoonji, is that like Young G, the guy who sings my nigga, my nigga, my nigga? Not that's not Young G. This is Yoonji. But is this Yoonji? The moment when Yoonji said pause and everything stopped gave me the chills. Okay, let's see. Okay, whatever. It's in Korean, so I can't even understand what the hell he's saying, but K-pop is hot and I'm about to get beat up. I guarantee it. Anyway, but you know what? K-pop, no. Click. Goodbye. Nice knowing you, PDawg Night. I know. I had to test it. I'm gonna see if it blows up. We'll try. Number two, Pokemon Direct. Apparently, Nintendo has announced that. Hang on. Wait a minute. Let me go back because this is that funny video. Okay, BTS. Oh no, Shadows got BTS released the first trailer for their comeback tour. That's the Shadows coming. Pokemon Direct. Nintendo announces new expansion pass for Pokemon Sword and Shield. If you're a Pokemon fan, I said Pokemon. If you're a Pokemon fan, go ahead and check that out. I'm moving on. Mystery Dungeon. That also has to do with the Pokemon release. I'm seeing notifications already. Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Now, most of this. Now, I'm surprised that most of this has been positive. All right. Now, so there. Oh. Okay. So here's one. I'm grateful for all. Now, see, some people are just like, I knew that this would happen. There would be some fuck the police ones, but some people being very appreciative. So here is this person. And by the way, please do not contact anyone that I feature on the show. They can take their own lumps from other people, but not anyone that has to do anything with me. Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. I'm grateful for all the people who serve the community. Also, fuck the police, she says. So apparently this picture, thank you for your, not you, service to the community. Well, you know what? I thank law enforcement officers too. Here's the thing. It almost seems like we only hear about law enforcement officers when something bad happens, and so it's like you hear 70 of these terrible interactions when there's millions of police officers out there that are doing great things every day, solving shit. They're out there helping people in the community. They're saving people. They're first responders. They do all this stuff, but you only hear about the man bites dog incidents, and that's why they get such a bad reputation. And so, anyway, some other people actually do appreciate them. The next time you want to blame, oh my God, here you go. What? Okay. Oh, okay. So this is someone. Now this is somebody. They're using this for their own agenda. The next time you want to blame immigrants for America's problems, think of my sister, a Pakistani-born American with nearly 20 years of service to this nation. Has anyone blamed your sister for anything? I don't think so. I appreciate immigrants. No one's blaming immigrants. No one's blaming immigrants for the nation's problems. Muslim Marine. Nobody. We say there is a problem with the illegal immigration and some criminals who come across the border into this country illegally. Not your sister who's a legal immigrant who is contributing to the country. We're happy about legal immigrants who contribute to the country. Get that through your head, please. Now, this guy, Michael, a lot of hate goes towards law enforcement, but the overwhelming majority of those courageous souls don't deserve it. They protect us no matter how we feel about them when we're in trouble without hesitation. Thank you, Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Okay, there's a good one. Most of them, as I scrolled through this earlier this morning, vast majority of these have been good. Sometimes the police is your best friend. We are grateful to welcome Officer Charles Ainsworth back to service today, 1 year after he was critically injured in the line of duty. Some cheer him on at 11 a.m. Okay, so a lot of these are, okay, now there's one, okay. There's one that's not happy. If your pants are too tight, you can always count on the police to help you out. I don't even know what's going on there. Oh, okay, they're trying to arrest him. But most of these are actual thank you to law enforcement. There are some that you have to scroll through the hashtag yourself. There are some that you go, why do you have to be a dick? If you hate the police, that's your issue. Moving on, Boozy is trending. Boozy, I think, is something to do with music, if I remember. Let's see. Boozy wearing cap of colors without having to get paddled or a finger in his butt got them boy feeling some type of way. Boozy responds to someone saying he can't wear a Kappa sweatshirt. Okay, so Kappa Alpha Psi is a traditionally predominantly black fraternity. The K-Dogs, they called them at my university. Apparently he's wearing a Kappa sweatshirt, but he's not a Kappa. Fraternity people are a little bit sensitive about that. Apparently Boozy had some words to say about whether or not he'd wear a Kappa sweatshirt.
Gonna tell him, hey, bro, for your safety, bro, you might want to take that sweater off, bro. That's the Kappa sweater. Dudes are really passionate about that. I don't want nothing to happen to you, man. I said, you must not know who I am.
Finish your thought. Is there any more?
I wear what the fuck I want to wear.
Oh, okay. I'm wear what the fuck I want to wear. Okay, so Boozy ain't having it. Boozy's some rapper or something like that. And apparently, Boozy and his bodyguard once got into an altercation with 8 men. 8 men were shot. Boozy and his bodyguard walked away uninjured. Oh, yeah. Boozy posted a picture of himself wearing a Kappa shirt and has been dragged by people saying he's not allowed to wear it because he's not in the fraternity. If it's unclear if he ever actually pledged or not. Do you think he's in the wrong if he didn't? Okay, there's a... And apparently, let's see.
Make.
Okay, anyway, if you're familiar with Boozy, great. Moving on, Thursday Thoughts. Here's a Thursday thought. California's AB5 was lauded by organized labor, but it turns out laborers are not enthusiastic about it. Oh, yeah, because it's the new freelance bill. I haven't paid attention too much about that, but they're having some thoughts, right? about that. I don't know. Let's find a good Thursday thought. Let's see. Oh, okay. Too many of you focus on things. Too many of us focus on things that we can't control. Even though there are many things we can control, we should also be focused on the things that matter too. I feel that attitude belongs in the middle of the diagram. What do you think? Things that matter, things you can't control, what you should focus on. Sorry, I made it there. Now you can see the whole thing. You know what? I think that's a great Thursday thought. We'll finish with that for the Thursday thought. Moving on. Back to there. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. My 409k. What the 409k? For my 409k has a couple billion in it. Okay, who? Oh no. Who said something about 409k? Is this something Trump tweeted? Because the 401k, the 409k is the economy size 409. That's the joke here. But apparently, okay, I gotta think this is trending because Trump actually tweeted something that said something about a 409k. Why? My 409k was heavily invested in Trump Tower Baku, which never opened but probably served as a money laundering vehicle for Iran's Revolutionary Guard. Okay, what? Okay. And this is why. Because Trump tweeted something and messed up. Now, how do you mess up the 1 and the 9? I don't know. Stock market at all-time high. How are your 409ks doing? 70%, 80%, 90% up, only 50% up? What are you doing wrong? Okay, that's why. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't actually, you couldn't see it because I never hit the button. So that's why 409k is trending. You know what? Guess what? If he had tweeted that and gotten it correct, stick with me here. If he had tweeted that and gotten it correct, stock market at all-time high, how are your 401ks doing, blah, 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 would I have clicked this picture of the tweet, and would you be reading this? What else is in this tweet? Stock market at all-time high. Now, you know he meant 401ks. How is your 401k doing? 70, 80, 90% up, only 50% up? What are you doing wrong? If you started a 401k 20 years ago, how would your 401k be doing now? If you're my age, I'm pretty sure ours are doing pretty good. I haven't looked at them, but so hey, but guess what? If he had written 401k, no one would be tweeting about it. No one would be joking about it. It wouldn't be trending on Twitter right now as a 409k. Oh, 409k. Now, what's this about? What's this hashtag? What's this trend about? Lots of people. Oh, our first Twitter thought. Hang on, I better take precautions here first. Make sure what I'm looking at is not going to get me in trouble if I open this up. See? Oh, well, it's all covered. Okay, it's safe. Lydia is our Twitter thought of the day, who uses the daily hashtag. Oh, I got to put it back on the screen. I'm sorry. Our first Twitter thought of the day, our Twitter trend thought, or hashtag ho, is Lydia. Watch my new video, how I come squirt from a wild sex machine. Video is already on the site, and she has all the top hashtags of the day. And this is our lovely Lydia, who's the hashtag ho of the day. Yay! Hashtag ho of the day, Lydia. Welcome. All right, moving on. Would you be talking about a 401k right now if he hadn't done 409k? 409k is tweeting number 8. Game Freak is tweeting number 9. Game Freak tried to be slick. Oh, what did they do? Okay. Yeah, Game Freak, I think, is an online store. EA charges for content that should have been in the base game. Everyone Everyone grabs torches and pitchfork. Game Freak charges for content that should have been in base game. Everyone, oh, yay, yay, yay. Okay, Game Freak is doing some shady shit or something. I don't deal with Game Freak, so I don't care. Sniffy McAdderall. Oh, yeah. Apparently people are making fun of Donald Trump or blast him because during his little speech yesterday, he sniffed a lot. So someone made a little Sniffy McAdderall needs an intervention. American can unofficially add one more high crimes to Trump record. Watch Trump the junkie lying high for all the world to see. Could Trump pass a drug test? He's never been able to pass a sniff test. So apparently someone made a video of him sniffing during his speech.
Iran went on a terror spree, funded by the money from the deal, and created hell in Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, Afghanistan, and Iraq. The missiles fired last night at a...
You know what? Could it be? Could it be? It is the cold and flu season. Could it be that the president might, just might, have the sniffles? He's cold. It's that time of year. I swear, everything's nefarious with the people who hate Trump, and me being ambivalent to Trump, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Avery's trending with Kiara, whatever that is. Okay, this is some anime or some shit from Pokemon or something. Sword and Shield, that's from Pokemon. Pokemon is Pokemon. SWSH, that's Pokemon, Sword and Shield. Slick Rick is trending? How many of y'all remember Slick Rick? Bedtime Stories, the rap from the early 80s, that was Slick Rick, the guy with the eye patch. Few got scared when I saw Slick Rick trending. Yeah, I'm wondering, when you see Slick Rick trending, but it's only because he's freaking awesome. Okay. And we got the obligatory Denzel Washington oath. We thought maybe Slick Rick died. Okay, lots of people worried about Slick Rick today, but we still don't know why. Just a true legend getting pops. Okay, XL Magazine. Who's the best storyline in hip hop? Okay, that's why. Okay, lots of people worried about Slick Rick being dead, but he's not. So it's good. The obvious answer is Slick Rick, but look how many people here forget. Okay, here it is. Salute to Slick Rick. My first big assignment after moving to New York City was rolling around with the ruler when he took the oath and became a U.S. citizen. Forever grateful to whatever, blah, 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 and his family for that. Slick Rick talks U.S. citizenship, voting for Hillary Clinton, and possibly whatever he's going to do. So that's why Slick Rick is trending. He is not dead, people. And then Pokemon, Cole quit summoning the NFL, is going somewhere else. Garchomp and Galarian Slowpoke are all Pokemon related things, so we're gonna skip out of there. No more Twitter trends. But hey, we did get a Twitter thought today. I always get this mixed up. A Twitter trend thought, or a hashtag ho, and that would be whatever that woman's name was. I've already forgotten. Hey, let's check the notifications on my K-pop test. Let's see here. Are they people I know? Oh, see, now I'm getting a few. Shadow is coming. Yes, it is. I don't know. Now, so RCRPRP Ripley says the Shadow is coming. Up here replying, okay, I like it. I think it's hilarious. We'll see how we'll check this hashtag tomorrow and see if it gets any lower. I'm gonna like everyone who responds to it though, because I think it's great. Yeah, Shadow is coming is trending #1 today, and that's why. Oh God. Oh no. If anyone looks at the hashtag and I can't wait. This is going to be fun, people. Okay, so now Just a reminder, tomorrow we have the Hard Bastard on the show with me, and I will tell you via Twitter if we're adding another guest. We might have 2 or 3 by the time this day ends, but for sure, Hard Bastard's going to be going over some of the news of the day with me, and we're gonna have some fun. He's a funny dude. And he and I get along pretty well. I've been watching his streams for over a year or so now since he was down. Well, I was watching him when he was about 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers, and now he's up around 40,000. There's a couple guys like that I started watching during the election time of 2016, and if you're not familiar with Hard Bastard, he really he loves doing critiques of the Young Turks, David Pakman. Who's the guy they call Bald Fuckface? I can't remember his name. It's Ring of Fire. Anyway, a lot of these online lefty news, I shouldn't say lefty, but they're left of center news sites, and he's really good at critiquing them. He also critiques a lot of just mainstream media. The mainstream media narratives. He's very good at doing analysis on that type of stuff. So you'll get a kick out of him if you're not already familiar. Other than that, though, I got to call it a day because it's that time. So thank you all for being here today. As you know, the Morning Night Live is here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 3 p.m. GMT. I'm giving you the 3 like the, oh shit, that I can't do that anymore. 3 p.m. GMT. And if you like what we do, before you leave the building, please, please, please hit that little thumbs up for the like. I know I got one at least down for PDawg, but PDawg, that's his proprietary button. And if you're watching this after the fact, or if you got here late, and you happen to go back to watch the beginning, hit the share button, share this out on social media. And if you like what we do, if you really like what we do and you want us to help support the channel, throw something in the tip jar once in a while. And that is in the Streamlabs link, which is down below, and in the chat periodically throughout each stream. So again, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you had enjoyed the show. Remember, Hard Bastard will be here tomorrow. My name is PDawg Knight. And I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is PDawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here.